Hey everyone, welcome back to Gray's Horizons. If you're new here, I'm Wolfgang Gray, and this is where we explore mindset, money, and making real moves for a better future. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational and storytelling purposes only and reflects my personal experience. Always do your own research or talk to a licensed professional before making any investment decisions. Did you know that nearly 36% of US workers, around 59 million people, are now participating in the gig economy? And here's what's even more surprising. Nearly 5 million of them are earning over $100,000 a year doing it. This isn't just people delivering food or ride sharing anymore. This is graphic designers, coders, consultants, and even niche experts building six-figure incomes outside the 9 to 5. This used to be considered fringe, a fallback, something people did between jobs. But that's changed. This is mainstream now. More and more people are choosing gigs instead of traditional careers. It's not just the unemployed. It's people who want freedom, who want ownership over their time and income. And the platforms that support this shift, like TaskRabbit, Upwork, Fiverr, even Etsy and Facebook Marketplace are booming. TaskRabbit alone has reported year-over-year user growth upwards of 20%. Upwork is onboarding tens of thousands of freelancers every month. That tells me this isn't a fad, it's a massive realignment in how people work, earn, and think about money. In a world where job security isn't guaranteed, where traditional pensions are almost extinct, and where inflation eats away at your paycheck, people are waking up to the fact that control over your income stream might be one of the most valuable forms of security you can build. I spent most of my life following what we were all taught to do. Get a good job, stay loyal, climb the ladder, and eventually retire. And for the most part, I did just that. I built a stable career in tech, earned a reliable paycheck, and for a long time, it felt like I was doing the right thing. But here's the part nobody really talks about. That steady paycheck came with a price, and that price was time. I was trading the bulk of my best hours, my most creative, energetic, and productive years for a sense of security. It wasn't until much later that I started to realize what I'd actually given up. If I had today's gig economy tools when I was younger, freelance platforms, flipping marketplaces, on-demand side hustles, I'd honestly think I would have done things very differently. I could have started building wealth much earlier. I could have taken smart risks, explored more, and maybe even found my real path sooner. The traditional job model gave me consistency, but not freedom. It gave me benefits, but not autonomy. I didn't even think about pivoting until recently when I began focusing more on education, experimenting with content creation, and learning how to explore multiple income streams. I hadn't considered how to really monetize my skills outside the box. And just to be clear, I'm not anti-job. There are plenty of great jobs out there. And I'm truly grateful for the stability mine gave me. But the world has changed. Today you can build your own ladder. You don't have to wait for someone to promote you. You don't need anyone's permission to increase your income. That's what excites me about this shift. It puts the power back in the hands of the individual. Too many people treat gig work like a lifeboat, something to cling to when things go wrong. But what if we started looking at it differently? What if it's actually the launchpad, the first step toward financial independence? Think about it. Gig work gives you flexibility. It lets you earn while you learn, test ideas, and build skills. It's not the end game, but it can absolutely be the opening move. I've talked before about flipping goods. It's one of the simplest, most accessible side hustles out there. I know people who started by selling unused stuff around the house and worked their way up to flipping cars or even small real estate deals. If you approach it strategically, flipping becomes a skill, and that skill compounds. Or take driving for Uber, DoorDash, Instacart. It's not glamorous, but it puts cash in your hand today. And if you use that time wisely, listening to audiobooks, financial podcasts, or business content while you're on the road, that time becomes double productive. You're earning and learning. Freelancing is another one. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and Freelancer aren't just for coders or designers anymore. There's work out there for writers, editors, virtual assistants, video editors, you name it. I would have killed for tools like this early in my career. If I were starting now, I'd be building a portfolio, taking on small jobs, and gradually increasing rates as my reputation grew. And here's the key. You don't just make money with these gigs. You use that money wisely. That's where most people get stuck. Instead of burning it all on lifestyle, you can reinvest it. Use gig money to fund a Roth IRA. Use it to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, precious metals, or index funds. Use it to buy equipment for a creative project or test out a micro business idea. The real opportunity here is not just survival, it's leverage. And once you realize that, you stop thinking small. If I were in my 20s today, knowing what I know now, I'd play this game completely differently. I wouldn't waste time chasing moonshots or waiting for someone to hand me a dream job. I'd start small, very small, but I'd be relentless. I'd begin by flipping cheap or even free items. Go on Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, garage sales. There's gold in the junk if you know how to clean it up and resell it. This isn't theory, it works. Next, I'd pick one in-demand freelance skill and learn it like my future depended on it. Whether it's writing, video editing, graphic design, or admin work. There are dozens of high-demand skills you can learn online for free or next to nothing. I wouldn't try to learn everything. I'd go deep on one, get good at it, and start landing small jobs to build a reputation. From there, I'd focus on stacking cash. I wouldn't upgrade my lifestyle just because money was coming in. I track it, protect it, and reinvest it with purpose. Where would I put that money? A few places. Bitcoin is a long-term store of value and a hedge against inflation. I dollar cost average into it. Precious metals like silver and gold, not flashy, but historically solid. Great for grounding a portfolio. Small real estate flips, or at least get into the world of real estate by helping others, partnering, or learning the ropes by doing service work for investors. The goal wouldn't just be income, it would be momentum. The goal is to build muscle, financial discipline, resourcefulness, creativity. And over time, those small wins turn into bigger ones. And here's the thing most people miss. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. You don't need a brilliant idea, you just need a process. Flip, skill up, reinvest, repeat. That's how you go from scraping by to taking control. At the end of the day, it's not really about chasing money, it's about building momentum. We're in a time where people think fast cash is the goal. Viral videos, meme coins, lottery tickets, overnight success. But the real game, that's long-term compounding. That's where freedom comes from. Not from one big win, but from stacking small wins consistently. If you've been following my earlier videos, you've probably noticed a theme. I'm not anti-risk, I just believe in calculated risk. I'm not anti-hustle, I just believe your hustle should lead somewhere. And that's what the gig economy can be, a launch pad into something bigger. You flip a few things, make a few $100, and use that cash to start a small business online, or to buy a dip in Bitcoin, or to invest in silver, or to finally afford that course that levels up your skills. That's not just hustle for survival, that's hustle with direction. Think of gig work like a shovel. Sure, you can use it to fill in a hole, but you can also use it to dig a foundation for something lasting. The energy you spend today on purposeful work can turn into assets, skills, and networks that support you for life. For me, it all comes back to this: time plus effort plus direction is equal to progress. Without direction, you just spin your wheels. But with intention, that's how you compound. That's how you go from scraping by to breaking through. So whatever your stage at, whether you're flipping free furniture or freelancing your first client, keep your eye on the long game. Use today's opportunities to build tomorrow's stability. Before you click away, take a second to ask yourself, how are you using your time right now? Is it building something or just filling space? We all start somewhere. For me, it was flipping perspectives as much as flipping products. Reclaiming my time, rewriting the story I'd been handed about how work and wealth are supposed to look. Maybe for you, it's flipping something off Craigslist, driving Uber, or freelancing on the side. Maybe it's just starting to see your time as the seed, not just the sacrifice. Whatever it is, make it intentional. Don't wait for permission. Don't assume tomorrow will give you the perfect plan. You don't have to get it all right. You just have to get started. If this made you think, leave a comment. What's one thing you're ready to do differently with your time? Thanks for being here. Hit like and subscribe. And remember, you're not just chasing income. You're building a life. See you in the next video.